terms of like the podcast itself, I'm going to. So if you're listening to this via your podcast app device thing, this is going to be quite a short one. Yeah, this is because I'm just going to cut the quiz out of the audio one and put the link to the video, and I'm going to put it in a separate video because there's no way you can do that audio. Sorry, audio people, but go and watch the video.
For once, this is a visual podcast.
Yeah.
Visual.
Yeah.
And if you want to see the full quiz, go to www.youtube.com/users/the_invisible_tower.
No, don't go there. That's not a thing. That's not a real one. I'll just have to link to the actual video below.
See, now you've got to actually make that channel.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Can't have a dead link or buy that URL and then have it direct to Inaudible.
Yeah.
the_inaudible_podcast.
I'll just buy that URL from YouTube. I'm sure they won't mind.
It's fine. It's fine.
But I mean, in terms of like the podcast situation, we had a big comment from Panstall, so I'm going to read this out because then that'll pad out like 15 minutes or so in the podcast.
was this the master comment?
Yes.
Oh?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I haven't heard this.
I did have a skimmer of this.
Then hear me now. Exterminate. Also, have you guys seen that town council meeting that's gone viral today?
No.
Basically, there was a Zoom meeting of a parish council, and it was, I can't really describe it. It was like an episode of The Thick of It. It's madness. If you just Google like parish council Zoom meeting or whatever, you'll probably find it. You have no power here, Jackie Weaver. So anyway, Panstall says, quote, "Going by the aforementioned TARDIS wiki, the short story Girl Power has counts Missy as the 19th Master. However, it doesn't specify whether I won't do that the whole time, whether the line
I was going to say
stole some bloke's body, Missy stole some bloke's body, it doesn't specify whether that line refers to Tremus or Bruce, and only counts the number of times the Master has died. Also, Koshre is pronounced Koshe, from what I've heard, Panstall's heard. In Russian folklore, Koshe hid his soul under many layers of protection to ensure he could never die. Sounds like the Master to me. Paragraph break. As for the Master was also a timeless child but found by less friendly Gallifreyans than Tectean, please consider the following. Tectean found out the kid they'd found could regenerate and then performed numerous tests on them to work out how regeneration worked. Regeneration, as mentioned numerous times, is very painful and usually triggered at the point of death, meaning Tectean tortured and possibly killed the child in their care over and over again in the pursuit of discovery. Yep. How could the hypothetical ones that hypothetically found the Master be less friendly? I know this whole discussion was meant as a piss take at Chibnall's, but this shit gets me thinking. Also, Rich now knows about the looms. What will you do with this information, Rich?
Panic.
Well, I still reckon we should, whenever we've got like a gap in a podcast where we haven't got much to do, we should all just do dramatic reading of Lumbar.
Yeah. So reading Panstall's comment, one thing I thought of as I was reading was maybe Tectean was the Master because she was quite evil in torturing the kid over and over again.
Oh,
I thought that's where he was going with it until I got to the end of the sentence.
You see, that actually would have been a good twist. But like the Master forgot that they were Tectean.
Yeah.
Or maybe the other way around, and that's why the Master hates the Doctor, because it was the Doctor that had tortured him so many times through so many regenerations.
Yeah, Tectean is the other.
Either way, yeah.
So I've just found a page on the TARDISfandom.wiki, which is The Doctor and Looming.
Oh.
You are John Looming. So Panstall finishes, ultimately this entire discussion shows that trying to work out what's canon in Doctor Who is a fool's errand. Just do what I do and say it's all canon, even the stuff that contradicts the other stuff. Especially the stuff that contradicts the other stuff. Yeah, I agree with that. It's the cool thing about a time travel show, isn't it?
Yeah. When it comes to canon corruption, you just blame the Time War.
Canon eruption. Yeah, definitely.
That's fair.
Actually, I recently listened. It wasn't like the best audio, so it wasn't really much to talk about, but it was a decent concept. the one I've just listened to is like Axis of Insanity, I think it was called.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Not got to that one yet.
I don't think so.
No, the
I haven't
basic
listened
idea
to
is
many for ages, to be honest. I've been catching up on podcasts and that.
fair. No, the basic idea is that it's set within like an axis or a nexus of broken realities, and a creature from one of these broken realities has gotten overpowerful and taken it over, sort of thing, and it's up to the Dr. Perry and Eminem to rap their way to victory.
Fuck.
Yeah, I've heard a couple of Eminem ones. Seems a good companion, to be honest.
I think it's a couple into hers, so you might be near it.
I might be getting to it. To be honest, I could probably have a little look now instead of just guessing.
Yeah.
What was it called?
Axis of Insanity.
Akiyakatura.
Yeah.
Let's have a look in my
But
library.
I did like the way the Doctor described the Nexus as being like a bicycle wheel, and all the broken dimensions are the spokes on the bike, or
the
something
wheel of
along
time
those
turns,
lines.
and ages come and pass.
Oh, and sticking on Big Finish, I don't know what people want to take by it, but I did notice that the 69th Big Finish release was called Freeze a Crowd.
Yes, I noticed that as well.
I haven't listened to it yet, but that should be interesting.
Oh, Axis of Insanity is 56. My next one is 41, so that gives you an idea of how far away I am from it. I've got some good ones coming up. Necromantia, The Dark Flame, Doctor Who and the Pirates, Creatures of Beauty, Project Lazarus, Flip Flop, Omega, Davros, Masters, Agreus. I've only got up to 50 on my thing so far. Yeah, once I've caught up on Simon's Peculiar Portions, and then this other podcast I found called Session, whatever it's called, The Sync, then I'll get back on the Big Finish. Yeah, Big Finish, it's great. Check it out. Do you like Doctor Who? Then you'll love Big Finish.
Actually, tell me if this.
This.
Oh,
I told you.
That. Okay, I might.
What?
The link to the picture, because the picture itself is too big to put into the. Oh no! There we go. So this is South Loamy Labyrinth from Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. Anyone tell me what that looks like?
Looks like a door.
Yeah.
It's a digital door.
I'm not playing your game.
Yep, it's a door. That's exactly what it is.
I presume you mean a Type 40 travel capsule that's landed in England in the 50s or 60s and disguised itself as a police box.
Yeah, it's something I didn't notice the first time playing the game. Yeah.
And it can be the TARDIS. The windows are the wrong size.
Oh, well.
Yeah. Right.
Should we do it then?
Yes, and let's do the quiz.
Hey!
Well, did we want to get my one final bit of news out of the way before we go into big quiz deep
Let's
delves?
do it. Yeah, news it up.
Within a week or so, there's going to be a new series of Tracy Beaker.
Oh.
What?
In what?
My mum, Tracy Beaker. Start date confirmed as the 12th of February at 5 p.m.
Oh,
that's interesting.
Tracy Beaker is now a mum.
Is she a shit mum? Like, the circle completes.
I don't know. What's the story? The story is told from the perspective of Jess, Tracy's daughter, as she and her mums try to scrape by. Unlike with her own mum, Tracy has a strong bond with Jess, but things are turned upside down when Tracy's new rich ex-footballer boyfriend, Sean Godfrey, Jordan Dugilne Dove Ignail. Dove.
sorry, what?
Dove D-U-V Ig Nail Neau arrives on the scene.
Yeah. I kept on thinking you were going to finish the name, and there was more. That's interesting. Yeah, also, it's a bit unfair to say, like, she was a shit mum. Like, she was a shit mum, ultimately, but they did kind of explore a lot into their relationship, and it was a bit more
Tracy's
nuanced,
mum,
wasn't it? Yeah.
I was going to say before. I don't think Tracy's had a kid before now.
No. Yeah, Tracy Beaker was really good, man. That was a good show.
I never saw it.
Yeah. That'd be interesting to see.
Well,
How
I'll
Tracy
definitely
B.
try and get onto it at some point and give my feedback.
Cool. If we're on TV news, I've just watched the last but one episode of Dark Series 2, and I just want to like open up this little support group to anyone listening who has also watched Dark, because I felt like it had all happened to me. I was not ready for everything that happened, and it was just so awful. There was no redeeming like attribute to anything that happened to any of the characters. They all just had a really bad time, and I didn't like
Sounds
it.
about right.
But I'll be watching the next episode tonight. Anyway.
Oh, actually, another bit of news I almost forgot. My story got read on that dude's Harry Potter reading thingamajigger.
Oh, did it?
Excellent.
Yeah, I haven't finished watching it because it got read last night at like 2 a.m. and I started watching it some point today, and then I've done other bits in between. But yeah, he seems to be enjoying it.
What's the dude's name?
good.
Channel name, like?
John Voth.
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 Voth. This way I can read the story.
Without having to actually read the story.
Hooray!
That's the whole point of audiobooks, isn't it?
Hey, you're right.
Yeah, well done. Huh? You're more of a published author than the rest of us.
Yeah, oh, holy shit. Does this count? Does this count as a...
I'd say this counts.
Should we get you like a... What's the book equivalent of IMDb?
An unbound account?
IBDB?
The National
Google
Book
that.
Database. There's a B.
Oh, Broadway. Get out of here. Maybe L for literature?
Broadway. Oh, actually.
Yeah.
What you saying about my way?
IMDb for books. Oh, Goodreads.
Oh, there you go.
We'll just have to, one of us will just have to set up like one of those vanity publishers and just say that we published it. And then then it counts as a real book. Like in Peep Show.
Right. Is there any other biscuits to be had?
I have no biscuits within my immediate vicinity. Oh, other than to say that I bought some of the little own brand chocolate hobnobs, and they're really good. They're crunchier than McVitie's hobnobs, but they've got that distinctive like hobnob feel where it's like, you know, moist but, you know, textureful. I'd recommend them.
Oh, okay.
Gotta have biscuit review. It's this tradition.
What own brand?
Lidl. Towergate.
Okay.
Towergate. Yeah. But it answers my question as to whether the Lidl biscuits are just repackaged McVitie's, because the hobnobs are different to McVitie's hobnobs, so they I don't think they are.
You see, when you said Lidl at first, I thought you said little.
Ah.
Those little own brand hobnobs.
What are they called? Oties.
Oties.
He was on CBBC, wasn't he?
OT the Aardvark, yeah.
All right. Well, that's it then. I'll chuck this bit back on the end of the first bit of the podcast. So another reminder to go and watch the Only Connect video and let us know how you got on at home. I'll be interested to see
And
that.
any of you beat our scores? I fucking doubt it.
There'll be another quiz in however many weeks.
Yar.
To be fair, 16 is a... I'll obviously have to
It
cut
was
this
the
out.
missing
But
vowels that did it.
yeah. 16 is what you'd see in a normal episode, to be honest. I think that was like a classic first round episode, 16 by 9. Oh my god, it was 16 by 9. It was like taunting
The ratio.
me with the You did this on purpose.
I don't
Damn
know
it,
what you're
Rich, you've-
talking about.
Go on.
Run. Found out. Quick, run away, run away, run away!